Listen, 3 major forecast models just updated in the last 6 hours. And what they're showing is absolutely unprecedented. We're tracking a winter storm for this weekend that could bring snow totals we haven't seen along the East Coast in over a decade. And here's what changed overnight that has every meteorologist I know scrambling to update their forecasts. The storm track just shifted 50 miles west, which changes everything for millions of people. Drop your city in the comments right now. I'll tell you exactly what to expect in your area. It's Wednesday evening, January 28th, and the next 48 hours are critical for preparation. Let me show you what's developing, and more importantly, what you need to do tonight. Right now, at this very moment, cold air is locked in place from Canada all the way to the Gulf Coast. This is the coldest air mass we've seen in years, and it's not going anywhere for at least another week. But here's where it gets concerning. 2 separate weather systems are about to collide this weekend. The first piece is an Alberta Clipper racing across the Great Lakes as we speak, hitting St. Louis by 4 a.m. Friday. The second piece is Gulf moisture streaming north. And when these two link up, that's when things explode. Saturday morning, around 7 a.m., heavy snow breaks out across North Carolina. And this is where the models just changed everything. The low pressure could drop 24 millibars in 24 hours. That's rapid intensification, what meteorologists call a bomb cyclone. This is serious. We're talking winds over 60 miles per hour and snowfall rates of 3 inches per hour. Now here's what most people don't realize yet. Yesterday the models had this storm staying offshore, but overnight everything shifted west. And that means cities that thought they were safe are now directly in the path. The highest confidence zone right now stretches from Myrtle Beach through Charlotte to Richmond. This includes Raleigh, Virginia Beach, and extends all the way to Beckley, West Virginia. The entire I-95 corridor from Washington to New York is now in the danger zone. And for Boston, Providence, New Hampshire, and Maine, you need to watch this closely because Sunday into Monday could be significant. But before I get to your specific city, there's something else coming that you need to know about. If you think it's cold right now, I have bad news. A second wave of Arctic air is loading up behind this storm, and it's going to be brutal. This high-pressure system is going to push freezing temperatures all the way to Miami by early next week. We're talking wind chills in the low 30s in South Florida, which is frankly unheard of. Northern Florida could see wind chills in the single digits, Tampa in the 20s. This is pipe-bursting weather for homes that aren't built for this kind of cold. And it's not just Florida. Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, Tennessee, Kentucky, all getting hit. Many areas haven't been above freezing in over a week, and that continues. Now here's what concerns me most. We still have hundreds of thousands without power from the last storm. Picture this scenario. You're already sitting in a cold house with no electricity, and the coldest air of the entire winter is about to arrive in the next 48 hours. This isn't just inconvenient anymore. This is life-threatening. The death toll has already risen to over 60 people, and that number is still climbing. So please, if you know someone without power, especially elderly neighbors, check on them today. All right, let me break down the snow forecast city by city. Starting in the Carolinas, Myrtle Beach, you're looking at 4 to 6 inches, which would be significant for your coastal area. Columbia, South Carolina, same range, 4 to 6 inches of heavy, wet snow. Charlotte, this is where it gets serious, 6 to 10 inches possible starting Saturday morning. Greensboro and the Triad, you could see 8 to 12 inches with this system. Raleigh, same story, 8 to 12 inches, and it's going to come down fast. Virginia Beach, current model showing 9 to 12 inches of snow. Richmond, you could be looking at 10 to 14 inches, potentially the highest totals in Virginia. The Outer Banks, Kill Devil Hills area, 10 to 14 inches with dangerous coastal flooding. Now moving up the coast, Washington, D.C., you're in the 7 to 10 inch range. Baltimore looking at 6 to 9 inches less than areas to your south. But Salisbury, Maryland, you're back up to 10 to 12 inches on the eastern shore. Philadelphia, current track shows 6 to 10 inches possible. New York City, this is where the uncertainty comes in. anywhere from 4 to 8 inches. But here's the thing. If this storm hugs the coast even slightly closer, those numbers double. Boston, you could see 10 to 15 inches Sunday into Monday. Providence, similar range, 10 to 14 inches, with blizzard conditions possible. And up in New Hampshire and Maine, widespread 8 to 16 inches depending on your elevation. Nova Scotia, our friends in Canada, could see a full-blown blizzard with this system. Now I need to be straight with you about the uncertainty that still exists. This is critical to understand. Storm track changes everything. A 30-mile shift means the difference between 2 inches and 20 inches for some cities. Yesterday, we weren't even talking about this as a major threat for most areas. Today, with the westward shift, millions more people are now in the impact zone. Tomorrow's models could shift it again, which is why you need to prepare now, not Friday. Both the European and American models agree on heavy snow for the Carolinas and Virginia. High confidence there, but for areas farther north, we're still watching closely. The next 24 hours and model runs will be critical for refining this forecast. All right, let's talk about the rest of the country, dealing with extreme cold. Minneapolis and St. Paul, you're looking at highs only reaching 15 to 18 degrees. Wind chills could drop to negative 25, which is dangerously cold. Milwaukee, same brutal situation, upper teens for highs with wind chills well below zero. Chicago, low 20s for temperatures, but winds creating wind chills in the negative teens. Detroit, Cleveland, Buffalo, you're all dealing with lake effect snow on top of the extreme cold. Buffalo specifically could see another 3 to 6 inches of lake effect through Friday. Columbus and Indianapolis highs in the upper 20s, no additional snow expected. Cincinnati and Louisville, mid to upper 30s with overnight temperatures back to freezing. Pittsburgh, you already have over a foot on the ground and temperatures stay in the 20s all week. Out on the plains, Omaha, Wichita, Oklahoma City, temperatures in the 30s to low 40s. Still well below normal, but at least you're staying above freezing during the day. Now let me quickly cover areas that will stay relatively mild. Houston, you're looking at upper 50s, no snow, but cooler air arrives next week. Dallas and Fort Worth, mid to upper 40s. Chilly for Texas, but nothing extreme. San Antonio and Austin, low 50s with clear skies, no winter weather concerns. Atlanta, mid to upper 40s, staying dry with no snow anticipated. Nashville and Memphis, low to mid 40s, dry conditions expected. Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, all staying in the 60s and 70s through the weekend. Miami, mid to upper 70s now, but that cold shot arrives Monday with wind chills near freezing. West Coast, Los Angeles and San Diego, beautiful mid to upper 60s. Phoenix and Tucson, low 70s with sunshine, couldn't ask for better weather. San Francisco Bay Area, mild upper 50s to low 60s across the region. Seattle and Portland, dealing with heavy rain from an atmospheric river, 2 to 4 inches possible. Watch for flooding in low-lying areas, and the Cascades will see feet of snow at elevation. Denver and Colorado Springs, low 40s, with some light mountain snow. Las Vegas and Albuquerque, dry and mild, mid-50s to low 60s through the weekend. All right, now here's what you need to do right now if you're in the potential snow zone. And I mean right now, tonight, not tomorrow, not Friday morning. First, medications. If you take prescriptions, get them filled today. Pharmacies could be closed for days if we get significant snow and roads become impassable. Second, food and water. Stock up on items that don't need cooking or refrigeration. Bread, peanut butter, canned goods, crackers. Aim for at least a week's worth. Water is critical. 1 gallon per person per day. Minimum 7-day supply. Third, power backup. Charge every device you own fully before the storm hits. Get backup power banks for phones. Gather flashlights and fresh batteries. If you have a fireplace or wood stove, stock up on firewood today. Stores will sell out. For those with generators, make sure you have fuel and know how to run them safely outside. Never, and I mean never, run a generator inside your home, garage, or near windows. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills people every single winter. Space heaters need to be away from curtains and furniture. Keep them at least 3 feet clear. Know where your local warming shelters are. Write the address down on paper. If your phone dies, you need to know where to go without looking it up. Check on elderly neighbors today, not tomorrow, today. Make sure they have a plan. If someone has medical equipment that needs power, they need a backup plan now. Pets, bring them inside now, not when the storm starts, right now. Make sure you have enough food and supplies for them through next week. If you're on well water, fill bathtubs and containers now in case power goes out. Heating oil or propane, get tanks filled today while trucks can still deliver. Protect pipes by opening cabinet doors under sinks, especially on outside walls. Let faucets drip slightly during the coldest nights to prevent freezing and bursting. If you absolutely must travel this weekend, pack a complete emergency kit now. Blankets, warm clothes, water, snacks, flashlight, phone charger, all in your car. Shovel, ice scraper, jumper cables, sand or cat litter for traction if you get stuck. Tell someone your exact route and when you expect to arrive. But honestly, my strong recommendation is don't travel Saturday through Monday. This is especially important if you're over 50. Winter driving is hazardous, even for experienced drivers. If you're dealing with ice already on the ground, be extremely careful walking outside. Falls on ice are a leading cause of injury, especially for older adults. Good traction shoes, small steps, use handrails, take your time. Snow shoveling, pace yourself, take breaks. This is critical if you have any heart issues. Shoveling causes heart attacks every winter. It's extremely strenuous. If you can hire someone to clear your driveway, do it. It's worth every penny for your safety. Now let me address what everyone's wondering. When does this cold pattern finally break? The Climate Prediction Center is showing some improvement over the next week to 10 days. A large ridge of high pressure is building across the western United States. That ridge is trying to push the cold air east and eventually out, but it's going to take time. Minneapolis, Des Moines, Oklahoma City, Milwaukee could see above average temps by mid next week. West Coast stays above average from LA through Seattle and into the northern Rockies. But for the east, especially the northeast and mid-Atlantic, cold air persists longer. We're probably looking at another week to 10 days before sustained warmth returns. Looking into February, and this is where things get interesting for the long range. The stratospheric polar vortex is showing signs of potentially splitting into two lobes. One lobe over Asia, another over North America, which could mean another round of extreme cold. This split could happen first week of February and cause major disruptions to the Arctic air mass. What that means for us is very cold air reloading across western Canada and spreading south. Models suggesting the third week of February, around the 15th through 22nd, brings extreme cold. There's even a signal for a potentially major winter storm in the central U.S. during that time. Long-range forecasts change, but the pattern suggests February continues cold and active. More nor'easters possible along the East Coast, continued lake effect around the Great Lakes. Mountain snow in the Rockies and Cascades will keep coming with multiple systems. Bottom line, winter is far from over. Expect more events through February. All right, now I want to hear from you. Drop your city or town in the comments below. I'll do my best to give you specific updates as new information comes in over the next 24 hours. If you're in the Carolinas and want to know exact timing for your county, let me know. Mid-Atlantic folks wondering about snow versus ice potential. Drop your location. New England viewers, whether you're coastal or inland, tell me where you are. Midwest dealing with extreme cold, let me know if you need info on when temps moderate. I'll be putting out updates tomorrow as new models come in and we get a clearer picture. The next 24 hours are absolutely critical for refining where this storm goes. And if you found this forecast helpful, hit that like button so more people can see this. Getting accurate information to as many people as possible could literally save lives. I also want to hear from those already dealing with power outages from the previous storm. Let us know in the comments how you're holding up. This community can help connect people with resources. Before I wrap up, I want to emphasize this one more time. Check on your neighbors, especially elderly folks, people with disabilities, anyone who might not have family nearby. A simple phone call or knock on the door could make a real difference. If someone loses power during this storm, having a neighbor who cares could save their life. If you know someone who might need help shoveling or getting to a shelter, offer help if you can. This is when communities come together and your kindness matters more than you know. For those without power right now, if you can get to a library or warming center, do it today. Don't wait until the storm hits. Don't hesitate to reach out to emergency services if you're in danger. Hypothermia sets in fast in these temperatures, especially without heat. All right, let me give you the 8 key takeaways you need to remember from tonight. Number 1, major winter storm developing this weekend, Saturday through Monday time frame. Number 2, highest confidence for heavy snow is Carolinas through Virginia, 8 to 15 inches possible. Number 3, storm track shifted 50 miles west overnight. Millions more people now in the impact zone. Number 4, areas farther north, including Boston, need to watch closely. Forecast still evolving. Number 5, extreme cold follows this storm. Dangerous wind chills all the way to Florida. Number 6, prepare today. Not tomorrow, not Friday, today while you still have time. Number 7, check on neighbors, especially elderly or those without adequate resources. Number 8, avoid travel this weekend if you're in the snow zone. Conditions deteriorate quickly. I'll be monitoring models tonight, and we'll have detailed updates for you tomorrow morning. Remember, storms like this can shift track by 50 miles, and that changes everything. What I'm giving you is the best information available right now, but details will evolve. That's not uncertainty on my part. That's just how forecasting dynamic coastal systems works. The key is taking this seriously and preparing now, even if exact totals might change. If you found this helpful, share it with friends and family who need to see it. Subscribe to the channel so you get notified when I post tomorrow's update. And again, drop your location below if you have specific questions about your area. I read through comments and address common questions in follow-up videos. Listen, we've been through tough winter weather before, and we'll get through this too. With preparation, community support, and staying informed, we can all stay safe. Stay warm, stay safe, look out for each other over these next few days. I'll see you tomorrow with the latest. Good night, everyone.